This is the nametable project, and the first thing we're going to do is look at the drawing and establish all the dimensions that we need to put onto our piece for the key features and holes, etc. So if we look at the overall dimensions, we're going to end up with a piece which is 40 millimeters high and 70 millimeters across. We've got a hole which is a diameter 4 hole, and it's 10 millimeters in and 5 millimeters down from the top. We have a couple of cutouts that are 12 millimeters along one length and 120 degrees. They're the sides there. The radiuses at the end are radius 25, and we'll mark those out a bit later on using a jig. So in order for us to be able to mark this out onto our piece, we want to work out the dimensions from our datum corners or edges, and our datum corners or edges will be, we'll take it as being this bottom left hand corner here. So if we look at the dimensions firstly going across the piece, if we can see that we have a 10 dimension, and we have a 12 dimension, and we have a 70 dimension. So there's 10 and a 70, fairly self-explanatory. They're coming from this left-hand edge, so they're fine in the way they are. In the middle, we have this 12 dimension here that we need to establish how far it is from this left edge to that 12 dimension. So the piece is fairly symmetrical, so we can see that if we take the 12 from the 70, that leaves us with 58, and if we divide that by 2, so we have 2 lots of that dimension either side, we end up with 2 lots of 29. So the dimension to the 12 we can say is 29 millimeters, and if we come across to the other side of the 12 there, the 29 plus the 12 gives us 41. So going across the piece, we're going to measure 10, 29, 41 and 70. There are our dimensions. Going up the piece from the bottom, we can see that on the top here we've got our cutout, and then we have the same cutout on the bottom. The top cutout here is 10 millimeters down from the edge. So we assume that this cutout at the bottom is also 10 millimeters from the bottom. We've also got a 5 dimension here from the top to the centre of the hole. The overall size is 40. So our dimensions going up, we can say that first dimension we come across is our 10. The second dimension we come across is here for the bottom of this cutout, which is 40, take away the 10, which is 30. The next line we come to is our 5 down for the hole, so 40, take the 5, gives us 35, and then the last dimension is here, which is the 40. So we have our dimensions going up the piece, which is 10, 30, 35 and 40. We said before, the radius is here, radius 25. We will set the dividers to mark those out on the piece using a jig which has a predetermined centre point for us.